one was which one? Okay, thank you so much. Today we are here at Uganda Boxing Federation to unveil the equipment that has been given to us by AIBA. AIBA is the International Boxing Association, and it's our IF organization that runs boxing worldwide. We have tried to have a good working relationship with AIBA for some time. So much has come from them to us as one of their NF members. Initially, you remember, we had an engagement with the AIBA president, and he was able to promise to build an academy for boxing in Uganda, the first ever academy, which processes are going on. Right now, we've been able to secure a directive for the land offer from the president of Uganda. We are pushing to get more other land from the Kingdom of Uganda, and so many other stakeholders are willing to give us land, and which land we are going to now use to be able to engage with the AIBA so that we see how we develop these pieces of land. And of course, we also look into other sponsors, other partners, not only AIBA, but AIBA is groundbreaking these things and making it possible for us to think bigger than we've been thinking. So because of that good working relationship that we are building with AIBA for the last 3 years we've been in office, we also came to a point whereby we needed to boost our local content, our local activities. And in one of the congresses we had at the AIBA headquarters was that we needed to support all national federations with the capacity to run their activities. And AIBA decided in the Congress that we would give each federation $20,000 in terms of a grant. It's a grant of $20,000, but then you apply for that grant so that we see whether you have a good proposal that's going to justify why you need that money and that's going to return an investment. So as Uganda Boxing Federation, we preferred to do leagues. One of the leagues is Champions League, which is coming up. Probably there will be other leagues coming up. But then we realized we needed to have equipment to use in those leagues, professional and standard equipment. So in the grant of $20,000, we applied for the equipment to use the grant for the purchase of equipment and also to repair our ring, because at that time we only had one ring, which is still dilapidated, and we hope we needed to revamp it. So the grant was given to us based on that. Of course, AIBA knows we have other resources to run our activities, but they are only supporting. They aren't bankrolling all the exercises. So with that $20,000, about $6,000 was meant to purchase equipment, and AIBA preferred to buy the equipment for us because where they are is where there is standard equipment, professional equipment. So that's why you see all this equipment is here, and has been provided for us by AIBA within that budget from the $20,000. So the $6,000 is already spent on this equipment. As a federation, we had to find a way of paying taxes, and which I've just told you, we paid about $3.5 million, which we shall harmonize internally and see how to deal with that, because we wouldn't wait and say, let URA keep the equipment as we struggle to find the 3.5. And also, beyond that, AIBA has a plan of giving us to a tune of about $1 million in support on an annual basis. So the way we manage this fund of $20,000, if we do it effectively well, and we are doing proper accountabilities, and we are justifying why it's important for us to have this kind of a fund, I can guarantee that in a short time, we'll be calling you here again, announcing that we have now $1 million from AIBA. So the remaining $14,000, we're going to use it to try and revamp our ring, make sure it is to the standard, so that we are able now to have our leagues running well. So in AIBA's mindset, they are enabling us to become better. Now, we are starting, of course, with baby steps. Now we have $20,000. Maybe next month it could be $100,000. Maybe next year it could be so much. But our target is to hit a target of $1 million, which is already on the table, offered by AIBA. So that's why we are here. And as an executive, we have a duty to manage this fund properly, to be extremely transparent, to be accountable to these boxers that we are managing, and also to the AIBA as a mother institution, and also to keep the relationship. Because now, where we are, maybe 3 years ago, there was not this kind of relationship. Now we have the relationship which we need to maintain, so that even after we leave office as the current executive, those who will come after us, they find a good working relationship between AIBA and the federation, and they're able to develop boxing in the country. One of the things we are going to do in the Champions League is actually to use this equipment, because as you all know, the equipment we can access in Uganda, 90% is not that of a good standard, because most of them come from different manufacturers who are not actually certified by AIBA to produce boxing equipment, because Green Hill is certified by AIBA. It's Green Hill, Taichan, which was supplying the Olympic Games. Then there's also rings and cages. There's bag. There are a few of them that are certified by AIBA to produce boxing equipment. So the most of the things that we use in the country, they are not certified. We only use them because those are the only options available. But once you have a chance of using the better equipment, then you are good to go. So in the Champions League, this will be the things we are using. For training, for warm-up areas, for competition, the equipment is now here. Our plan is to start Champions League in December, first week of December. That's a tentative plan. Now what we are working on as a federation is to iron out issues to do with the venues, the things we need, the management, the resources we need to run the Champions League. But our planned date is December first week, so that we can enroll. The first season could run for about 8 months, so that we are doing boxing. We are serving the people in that regard. So beyond that, we are moving. We know we won't fail. At least now some things are falling into place. If the rings, Top Boy has the rings, now the equipment is here. So it's becoming more and easier for us to run Champions League and any other leagues that we want to do as a federation, to keep boxing alive, to keep fans happy, and we are able to justify why we are existing as a federation. So beyond that, I see as we are already doing build-ups for Champions League, and all boxers watching us need to know the equipment is now here. They'll be the first ones to use it. And as a federation, we are ready. All they can do as boxers is continue training, and we're going to continue engaging them. There are other things we want to do in between now and the date of the commencement of the league. Things like contracts for boxers, things like code of conduct for boxers, because these things have been lacking in the federation. We can't be building people who we don't have control over, who we do not know our relationship with, whether it's legal or non-legal. So those are things that we're going to be doing between now and December. And then once all those are sorted out, then the league will commence. One of the things we have been able to benefit from AIBA is the offer to construct an academy for boxing. And this offer came in like a year ago. The only challenge was that we didn't have land. When myself and this team came in office, UBF didn't have any single asset, not even a spoon full of soil. We didn't have it. Now we are talking about 10 acres of land offered to us by the president. And all we have to do is myself and this entire team to go and follow this process until we get the land. The last update was we were able to write to the chairperson of the Land Commission, and we are waiting for her invitation for us to go and engage with her, so that we discuss with her on what kind of land we need, the kind of specifications we need, so that when she looks into the lands available in the city, she knows which one suits our interests. So that is ongoing, and we are going to fast track it, make sure we achieve it. But also in the same regard, we have also talked to other people who own land. Like I told you earlier, Kingdom of Buganda, we are in close touch and in high gears with them as well. They also have so much land. And this will help us, because if the kingdom gives us land, if the kingdom gave us land, also the government has given us land. Now this entire investment, instead of crowding it in one area, now you can have it in different portions of land, so that we are able to make more sense for boxing. We can decide to say the land for the government will be for competitions, the land for Mengo will be for maybe training centers, accommodation, fitness centers, and all these things. So as a federation, we are welcoming any person who's willing to make a partnership with us, give us land, because what we need is infrastructure development. When we came in, you've heard us all the time. We are pleading with government, NCS, about the gym. So now if these things come into play, then the first things we do is put up a gym, put up a training center, so that now boxing becomes structurally organized. Then you can also serve other federations. Netball, basketball, they can come and use our facilities, and we develop sport together. So as a federation, we are pushing for the leagues, we are pushing for the structured development, we are looking for resources. So you're trying to grow in a dimensional kind of environment, and this is because you have a strong team here that you're working with, extremely focused, and we hope you're going to achieve all these things. So the equipment we have received is an assortment of so many types of boxing gears. We have gloves, we have punching bags, we have chest guards, we have pads, mouth guards, groin caps, breast caps, so many things are in there. It's a collection of so many things. And we are going to retain them at the federation level. Because when the boxers are in clubs, they compete using the basic equipment they have. So when they come to the national competitions, we still use the same basic equipment, which is most times substandard, and normally it reacts on their skins. Normally it hurts them. People get unnecessary injuries because the equipment is not that good. So with this support, we can retain this now at the level of the federation, but to use it for the competitions. Because either way, Mr. Muhumuza, myself, none of us is going to use these gloves. They're going to be used by boxers, but when they come for the national competitions, when they come for the national leagues, they find the better equipment. Because also it doesn't make any sense to use the substandard glove in the gym, then you come for national competition using the same substandard glove. In a way, it doesn't create a difference. So our idea is that as a federation, we would use this at the level of the federation competitions, but also as time goes by, as we generate resources, we can buy more equipment for the clubs, because we want to see them use standard equipment. What we are using right now in Uganda is not that standard. It's maybe like a halfway standard, but we have to survive with it. So with this introduction of this new equipment, we'll try to keep on striving to see how we can empower clubs, fend for them, and also as we go commercial, because this league is supposed to take us commercial. If the league takes us commercial, money starts coming in, and you're able to solve some of these challenges. The amounts, the gloves, we have about 65 pairs of gloves, 65 pairs of pads. The punching bags are about 10. The groin caps are about, I think, 10, because those are people who are going to the ring. The one who's inside, the one who's changing after. So all these things have been provided, but entirely for competition purposes. Yes. Any questions?
The breast caps, eh? Oh, I'd like to thank AIBA for this gesture, especially for giving the breast caps to the ladies. These breast caps are very rare. We've been trying to look for them during our competitions, but we couldn't get them anywhere. Even though substandard here in Uganda, they are not available. So this is really good for our girls. I know this time they'll be able to box very well, because you know a breast is a very delicate part of a lady. And once it's hit, the boxer will definitely lose focus. But with these breast caps, they'll guard the breasts very well, and they'll really box very well. I really appreciate and thank AIBA very much, and also our president for connecting very well with the AIBA president. Thank you very much.